All right, so we're going to work on some of the your turn problems. This is number 2 on page 604. So if you notice, we have a 5x plus 2 equals 3x squared. It's not in the proper form, so we're going to have to subtract 5x and subtract 2 from both sides. So you're going to be left with 3x squared minus 5x minus 2 equals 0. So now we have to find out our a, b, and c. So our a is 3, b is negative 5, c is negative 2. Then all you have to do is plug that into the equation. So negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all that divided by 2a. So we're going to do negative 5 plus or minus the square root of negative 5 squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 2 divided by 2 times 3, which is going to simplify. Negative 5 is going to be 5 plus or minus the square root of 25 minus 12 plus 24, all that divided by 6. So now we have to simplify what's inside of here, which is going to be 49. So 5 plus or minus the square root of 49 divided by 6. Square root of 49 is a perfect square. So that's going to be 5 plus 7 over 6, and then 5 minus 7 over 6. 5 plus 7 is 12. 12 divided by 6. So x equals 2. Now this one, 5 minus 7, negative 2 over 6, negative 1/3. So those are your answers for number 2 on the your turn. So here's number 3 on your turn. So this one is in proper form. 2x squared minus 8x plus 1 equals 0. So your a is 2, b is negative 8, c is 1. We're just going to plug them right into that equation. Negative b plus or minus the square root of negative 8 squared minus 4 times 2 times 1 divided by 2 times 2. So you're going to simplify to 8 plus or minus, that's going to be 8, negative 8 squared, 64, minus 8, which is 56. Square root of 56 divided by 4. Now, some of you might say, hey, look, we can just simplify, or we can finish this, and that's the answer. That is the answer, but it can be simplified. And do not just say, hey, look, 8 and 4, I can divide it and make it 4 over 1, or 2 over 1. That doesn't work because you have to actually do it to all of those. So let's see if that square root of 56 has a perfect square in it. So square root of 56 equals, I would say it's got a 4 in it. So square root of 4 times the square root of 14. Now square root of 4 is a perfect square. So the square root of 56 is going to break up into 2 times square root of 14, or just 2 root 14. So instead of 56, you're going to put 2 root 14 in there. So it's going to be 8 plus or minus 2 root 14 divided by 4. Now you can look and say, hey, look, those can simplify and those simplify. They all have a 2 in common. So we're going to divide all those by a 2. So it's going to be 4 plus or minus square root of 14, because we don't need to put the 1 in front of there, divided by 2. And that's going to be your answer for number 3. Okay, so 4, 5, and 6 on page 605. This is just finding the number of real solutions. So remember, you're going to use your b squared minus 4ac. So 9x squared minus 6x plus 1. So b squared minus 4ac. So our b, first, a is 9, b is negative 6, c is 1. So negative 6 squared minus 4 times 9 times 1. So 36 minus 36 is 0. So when your answer is 0, there is only one solution. So number 4 has one solution. Number 5. So 3x squared plus 10x plus 2 equals 0. A is 3, b is 10, c is 2. So you're going to find your b squared minus 4ac. So your b is 10. So 10 squared minus 4 times 3 times 2. You can already tell it's going to be a positive number, so there will be two solutions, but let's work it out. 100 minus 24, that is 76. It's greater than 0, two solutions. Now number 6. So you have x squared plus x plus 1 equals 0. Your a is 1, b is 1, c is 1. So b squared minus 4 times a times c. 1 squared minus 4 times 1 times 1. 1 minus 4, negative 3. No solutions. Since negative 3 is less than 0, there are no solutions. And I'm not going to do 9, 10, or 10, 11, 12 for you, but if you take a look, you can solve them any way you want. So the answer for number 10 is going to be negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 13. Number 11 is going to be negative 4 and negative 1/2 or 0.5. And then for number 12, you're going to get negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 97 divided by 4. And if you want to go over any of those problems at any time, please reach out to me and I can help you out with those. I hope this helps. Have a great day.